Hello everyone. Welcome to the session today on learning Python in 5 days. Today is very special because in the next half an hour, we are going to create confidence in many people to be ready and become Python programmers plus data science professionals. So how many of you are super excited to become Python programmers plus data science professionals? Type E in the chat box. Thank you so much. So people who are joining us on our social channels like YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, thank you so much for joining in. I would request you to go ahead and look for the Zoom link in the chat. If you're on the desktop, it will be on your right side. If you're on the mobile, it will be below. Click on the Zoom link and join us directly in the Zoom session live, right? So that will be more interactive as well. So people who are directly watching us on YouTube, you can use the chat section or the comment section to interact with us directly. Okay, great. Thank you, Saurabh, for joining us. And thank you so much, Vijay, Prashant, Saujanya, Rohit, all of you who are joining us on our social channels. Thank you so much, everyone. So the nature of these sessions would be like this. So we would be doing these sessions every day, half an hour for the next 6 days and 7 days. So every day we'll be learning Python a little more, right? So we'll be learning Python. So all of these sessions are part of our bigger program, which is AI Bronze and AI Silver. But all of these sessions are going to be absolutely a gift from Pixeltests. Now, Pixeltest is a community of over 1,000 people of AI professionals and blockchain developers. So it is a community where people are learning, people are growing, people are already experienced and are making their job switch, right? So let's begin. So today's session, we would be beginning with the basic Python fundamentals. So if I may ask, how many of you are from a non-coding background, right? So if you are from a non-coding background, type N in the chat box. Thank you, Vijay. Thanks, Prashant. Thanks, Arjun. Thanks, Saurabh. Saurabh says it's also from he's from a coding background, right? So if it is possible, may I know which city you are from, Saurabh? If possible, you can even unmute and let us know which city you are from. Kolkata. Okay, nice to have you, Saurabh, here along with us. Yes, great. So people, yes, thank you so much, Yogendra. Thank you, Rohit. Thank you, Rajnikant. Thank you, Vivi, Noida, Varangal. That's really nice to see all of you. Right. So we are going to begin our session. So basically, Saurabh, if at all you are looking at the recording, you can also go through our YouTube channel where you can directly see the live stream or the recording after the session also. And Yogendra asks, how can I be on Zoom? So let me pin the link on the chat. If you can see, there's a blue bar on the YouTube chat. You can see that there is, that is fine, sir. That's completely fine. Yeah, thanks for joining in. That's more important, right? Rizwan, Karnataka, I have seen you yesterday in the session also. You have attended Latika's session. I hope you have taken a lot of value. And which background you are? Are you from coding background or not, Rizwan? Because yesterday we have discussed people who are from non-coding background. This would be a absolute help for people to build more confidence in Python, right? So thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining in. Okay. Great. So let us leave a reminder. Yes, people who are joining us on our social channels, you can see that there is a link for our WhatsApp group. It is filling fast. I request you to click the link to our WhatsApp group, which is on our YouTube description. Right, so you can join in there and we'll be sharing more updates directly there as well. Okay, so thank you so much, everyone. So I hope this clears all of the context of these particular 7-day sessions. Okay, so I've just sent in a reminder for a group. Okay, let's begin. So how many of you are excited? If you're excited, type E in the chat box. Thank you so much, Rizwan, for openly letting us know. These particular 7 days would be crucial for people like you. Thank you so much, Anshul. You would be learning more about Python as well. Today would be our beginning session. So before we begin, we're going to do the small exercise, which is called the Ho'oponopono technique. This Ho'oponopono technique is used by most of our. Thank you so much, Rohit, for showing the excitement. The Ho'oponopono technique is useful for clearing the self-doubt and negativity. So I hope this technique will also be useful to you as well, alongside our community members and many people worldwide. Ho'oponopono is used worldwide. So this technique would require you to be closing your eyes and repeat a few high energy, high vibration statements. These are research statements. The statements go like this: I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And these statements we will be talking to our own self, right? So let's begin. Thank you so much, Rajnikant Puliventla, for the excitement. Let's begin then. People who want to join us directly on Zoom, you can click on the link that is there on the chat and join us directly live on Zoom. Okay, great. So just post this 5-minute exercise. We are going to dive into the basics of Python. Thank you so much, Dakshina. Okay, I request you to close your eyes. Please do it with a little dedication and sincerity, because this is you will take the most benefit. And if possible, say the statements out loud if that you are in that kind of an environment. So you'll take maximum benefit of this particular Ho'oponopono technique, right? Okay, so during this technique, I'd be taking my name, Sachi, and you'd be taking your name. So you can say either Dakshina or Rahul or Prem or Anshul. Okay, so let's begin. I request you to relax your breath. Relax your forehead. Relax your eyes. Relax your cheeks. Relax your shoulders. Relax your back. Relax your feet. Yeah, I request you to put your hand on your heart and say the statements out loud. I'd be taking my name. Okay, you'd be taking yours. I'm really sorry, dear Sachi, for not taking care of you. You'd be saying your name. I'm really sorry, Sachi, for not taking care of you. I'm so sorry for disconnecting with you, dear Sachi. I'm so sorry for leaving you alone. I am the one who judges you so much. I am the one who criticizes you so much. Please forgive me, dear Sachi, for underestimating you. Please forgive me, dear Sachi, for not believing in you. Thank you, dear Sachi, for letting me have this beautiful experience of life. Thank you so much. From now on, it doesn't matter who doesn't love you. It doesn't matter who doesn't appreciate you. Because, dear Sachi, I promise you, from now on, I'm here and I would never let you go again. Take a deep breath. Put your hands together, rub them together, and put that energy to your face. Take a deep breath. Yes. I would request you to put one word in the chat box. What is the result of you doing this exercise? How were you feeling just 5 minutes before, and how are you feeling now? One word in the chat box, right? So people who are joining us on our social channels, you can put on the chat section. Ashwini says peace. Mohammed says satisfaction. Anshul says relax. Vijay, calm, relaxing, peaceful, refreshing, good. So people who are also joining us on our social channels like LinkedIn, Twitter, you can even put in the message or the comment section. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, Rizwan. Thank you, everyone. So we'll get started with our exercise, the day 1 exercise. Okay. So I'm going to share with you the link to the session. Okay. Here, this would be an online link. We relaxed, says relaxed. So I put the link in the chat box. I've also on our Zoom session, I have added the link in the chat. If at all, you're finding it difficult to find on chat, you can find the link to the practice link and notes on the description as well, right? So let's begin. People can keep interacting. People who are on Zoom, you can unmute because you have the ability now, because you're on the Zoom session, you can unmute and ask wherever you find a challenge. So I'll be sharing my screen. So you can, let me know if my screen is visible. So if my screen is visible, type V in the chat box. Okay. Great. Okay, so let me share screen. Okay. Great. So Python for data science, Python made easy for AI, day 1. People who want to join us directly on Zoom, you can find the Zoom link to the Zoom session in the chat. Okay, great. Thank you so much, Shriyansh, Muhammad, Anshul, Rajendra, and everybody who has joined us live on Zoom as well. So now if you can see, the mode of the program is learn by exercise. We are going to learn by doing a few exercises, right? So because we have many people who are from non-coding background, we will be starting from the basics because our intention here is to take out Python to as many as people and let everyone know that this is really easy. It's not tough. Okay. So now that we are beginning, so we'll be going to do our statement, this particular statement. People who are watching us on our mobile phones, opening this link, you'll not be able to see the whole, you will be able to see it like this, right? So you'll be able to see the first box and you have to scroll to see the output, right? So if at all you have the facility of switching to a desktop, now is a very good time. Okay. Now let's begin. So what you have to be doing here is, thank you, Anshul. You have to copy the exercise we have here. So the first exercise we have here is printing hello world. Okay, I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it here, right? So we are going to learn each and every word that is there in this particular statement. What does the statement say? It says print hello world. Okay. Now, this is the love of every programmer, the first statement that any programmer runs. Okay. So now what we are going to do is we are going to run this program, run this line. You can see that there is a button, which is the run button. When you run this program, run this line, you can see that the hello world got printed here. Okay. Now, whatever you write between these double quotes, that will be getting printed. Instead of hello world, I can say namaste world. Okay. Okay. So if I run it, you can see that it's printed namaste world. If I want to say vanakkam world, it's going to say vanakkam world, right? So how many of you are able to run this along with me? If you're able to run this along with me, type R in the chat box, right? So let me just check how many of you are able to run this along with me. Hope you are able to run this along with me. Thank you so much, Vijay. Thank you, Saujanya. Right. So if you are running this along with me, you can directly take a screenshot of the program run. We'll be doing a lot of these are very fundamentals. People who already know Python might be thinking that this is very basic. We are beginning to start. So you can take a screenshot of your program run, not my screen. You can take a screenshot of your program run and then you can put it on the group. So people who are already on the WhatsApp group, that is fine. People who are not on the WhatsApp group, you can see that there's a link to the WhatsApp group in the description here. Okay, great. So thank you so much for able to run the program alongside with me. Okay. Thank you, Sabrina. Thank you, Rajendra. Thank you, Devendra, sir, for joining in. Thank you, Rohit, for parallelly running along with me. So how are you feeling? How are you feeling to run your first line of code? Sai Shiva says from Telangana. Thank you so much for Shiva joining in. People, anybody who is here want to unmute and let us know from which city they are and if they are able to run the program or not. Thank you, Rohit. Thank you, Vamsi. Yeah, Anshul, Devendra, Rajendra, Sabrina, you can unmute. And
hello, sir.
Yeah. Hello, Anshul. Which city you are from?
I'm from Bharatpur.
Bharat. Thank you so much for joining in.
My question is there. Okay. How am I able to run this program, because I am on mobile and I have no laptop? So
Okay. So because you are on mobile, you will be seeing this in a different format. Let me show it to you. Okay. Devendra sir, you are saying something. Can you come again? Okay. So in the meanwhile, while you are muting and fixing, let me show it. How does this look on mobile? Because we have many people who are joining us on mobile. Okay, so I'll be showing you how this actually looks in mobile. So I hope this is your look and feel in mobile. Now, if you see here, Anshul sir, here you will be able to see the where you can write code. So here you can write it. And here, if you see, there is a small tab where it says script.py. Here you can write print Vanakkam world. Okay, so let me write on mobile. I'm saying Carl world. I'm sorry for if there's a spelling mistake. I'm running it. You can see that here in the IPython shell, you'll be able to see the program has been run. Okay. So I hope that answers your question, but this is how you switch between the tabs if you're on mobile, right? Thank you so much for the question and clarifying for many of our other members. So anybody else who would want to share, how is their experience running their first line of code? Rizwan, thank you so much for coming on cam. Really appreciate it. Would you want to unmute Rizwan and say which city you're from?
Hello.
Yes, Rizwan.
I'm from Karnataka, sir. Dharwad city.
Dharwad city, is it? Thank you so much, Rizwan, for joining in. How was your experience yesterday in the session?
Good, sir.
Good.
But I didn't. Yes, sir. But I non-coding background, sir.
No worries, Rizwan. We are all here. You'd be surprised to we have many people in our community who are from a non-coding background. I'm sure that many people would be relating to this. You would be coding a little Python by yourself. I'm sure about it.
Yes.
Okay. So thanks for joining in. What do you currently do, Rizwan?
Now I'm doing BTech, sir, in AI/ML.
Wow. I mean, see, you're from non-coding background. You're doing
Yes.
BTech in AI/ML. So
Yes, sir.
I guess you're already taking your step forward. So looking forward, keep joining all of our 7-day sessions. Okay.
Yes,
and I'm sure that you would go forward, right? More power to you, Rizwan, right? Thank you so much for coming on live, sharing your experience. Yes. Okay. So we'll be taking more experiences as we travel, but now we'll get back to our exercise, right? So let me share my screen. Great. I hope screen is visible. Okay. Let me share my screen here. Great. Now, if you are able to run this parallelly, so you could see that you were able to run this hello world statement. So congratulations, this is your first programming statement. If you are from another programming language, if you've coded literally for the first time, congratulations. and we'll begin. So now to understand what we have done here, okay. So without understanding, it is of no use, right? So print means it is going to print on console. The console is this, where the output will come. Okay.
Yes.
Now, if I say print whatever is there in this brackets, and then there is a double quotes, whatever. So this double quotes, whatever is there, is called string. Okay.
String.
Double quotes. Within that, what we have, this is a string. Now, if whatever I change within this particular statement, it is going to print. Okay. So I'm going to say,
Yes, sir.
I am Sachi. I'm going to run it. You can see that printed I am Sachi. Okay. So this is a very useful statement, very small, but you will know what the machine is thinking, and it will tell us, right? So the whole program of trying to work with Python is teaching the computer or machine how to think, right? So right now it is not thinking, it is just telling whatever we are doing, right? Soon we'll teach it how to think also, right? So how many of you are excited? Type E in the chat box. Thank you so much. Thank you, Vijay. Thank you, Vishnu. Thank you, Rohit. Okay. So now that we have understood about strings, we'll understand a little bit about operators. Okay, I would request a few people to mute if there is some background noise. That's not a problem. Okay. Now, if you see, I have added in this particular statement. Thank you so much, Rajendra. Thank you, Karthik. Thank you, Anshul, for showing the excitement. So now, thank you, Karthik. Now, if you see this statement, I'm saying there's one string which says I will. There's a small space also, if you have noticed. And then there is a plus icon. So this plus icon, what is this called? This is an operator. Okay, so now this is an operator. What this is doing is joining two particular strings. Now it says I will space plus a set Python, right? So if I'm going to run it, it is going to print still as a single line statement, right? So this operator is going to add two statements. People who are from a little coding background, they'll know adding two strings is called concatenate, right? So concatenation, right? So you can just remember as join if it is complex, right? It's not a problem. So I'm going to run it. Now what it printed? It said I will ace at Python. It printed as a single string, right? So by using operators, we can do a lot of things forward, but I'm just giving you an example. So people who have joined late, you can join us live on Zoom by clicking the link to the meet in the Zoom chat. If at all you're able to run this parallelly, try to take a screenshot like I'm doing it. You can take a screenshot of your program, not my screenshot. Take a screenshot and you can put it in the group. So where is the group? People who are already on the group, it's fine. If you're not on the group, you can see this in the description. There is a link for the WhatsApp group. So you can join in there and share your screenshots also. So these are strings. And let me introduce to our dear friend, which we call as error, right? So what happens is, if at all you have a mismatched code, right? So I'm going to say, let me remove this. So how do you comment is you can use a hash symbol before any programming line. So when you use this hash symbol, that gets hidden. It is visible, but it is like an hidden. So it becomes commented, right? So this is called commenting. So I'm commenting it here. Okay. So for ease of visibility, I'm removing it altogether. Now I'll introduce to our friend error. So I'm going to remove one of the double quotes from the statement. I said I am Sachi and did not close it with a double quote. I'm running it, and we have ran into an error. So these red lines, the red thing that you see here is called an error, and these errors, do not get afraid. Do not see the color red and get afraid or errors. So errors are going to help us understand more about the error and where you can correct it, right? So it says, there is an error in this particular statement. So end of line, which means there's not a double quote. So then you can come here and put a double quote and run it. So your error is fixed and you can see the print statement, right? So do not worry, errors are your friends. Now, if another common error that people do is mismatch the code. For example, you started it with a double quote and you ended it with a single quote, right? So if I'm going to run it, you'll still run into an error. Okay, so always try to see that you have same type of quotes in both the beginning and the end of it, right? So how many of you understood strings, right? If you understood strings, type U in the chat box, right? So you can type in the chat box U so that you'll let us know that you've understood it. Okay, so you're unable to, oh, this is an old statement. So we have shown you how to run the program. Now, it's good, Shiva says, thank you for hosting. I'm getting error when clicked on submit. So Meenakshi ma'am, Meenakshi ma'am, I think you've joined our community as well. Thank you so much. You also have the access to our course. Thank you so much even for joining here. You would be we can even get in touch with me in person also, ma'am. So I'll show you how to submit it as well. Rohit sir says, I have cleared academy entrance. I'm joining for data scientist. Any suggestions from you for me? We have a lot of them. I hope you said keep joining our sessions and you'll learn more. And I'm surprised that you're already joined somewhere. Still looking for. It also shows your commitment. So keep learning. Thank you so much for being here. Right. Okay, great. Thank you so much, Karthik and Rajendra sir, for letting us know you have understood it. People who have understood strings, type U in the chat box. Okay, great. Thank you, Sabrina. Great. So I'm going to share my screen back again. And we are here. Okay, so now that we have understood strings, we will be understanding a little more about variables, right? So what is a variable? So this is also very basic. People from coding background might think it's very basic we're being taught, but in interest for people who are from other backgrounds, I would request you to be here with more patience. This will be helpful for everyone, right? So now if you see this particular statement that we have taken out, people who have joined late, you can copy the statement from below here in the variable section and paste it here. People who are joining on their mobile phones, I request you to, if you're on YouTube, you can rewind and see how to run program on the mobile, right? Great. Thank you so much. So now what is a variable? Now variable is anything that the contents of it can vary. Okay. So for example, if there's a box, now a box can contain a lot of things. It can contain biscuits. You can change the biscuits to chocolates. You can change it to snacks or something else, right? So variable is nothing but something of which the contents can keep changing, right? So in Python, we use a lot of variables. They give us a lot of flexibility also. I'm going to show you how. And it's very simple. It's like a cup or anything that holds something. You can change the contents of it. Okay. So I hope the concept of variable is clear. And if that is clear, type C in the chat box. Thank you, Vishnu. Thank you, Rajita. That's great. So now if you see my screen, okay, Anshul, so I'll run the program and I'll explain, okay? So our mode of program is learning by exercise. So the exercise here says, we have one particular word. Here it is called greeting, okay? Now the word is greeting. Now what I'm doing, I'm giving it a symbol, says equal to, okay? So it's like I opened I opened the box by saying equal to, and in that I'm going to give double quotes, and within that I'm going to say, okay, namaste from Pixeltests. Okay, So I have written something within the double quotes. I have equated it with greeting. Okay. So now greeting is a variable for which this process is called definition. You have defined a variable called greeting. Okay. Okay. So I hope, Anshul, that is clear now. Now, what I'm going to do is, now that I've created a variable, I'm going to print the greeting. Earlier, we printed whatever a string was there. Now I'm going to print a greeting. So say print print the brackets, which is also known as parentheses. Okay. Now open the brackets, and within that I'm saying greeting. Okay. Now if I run it, you'll see that it says Namaste from Pixeltest here in the bottom. It is printing Namaste from Pixeltest, right? So if I'm going to say, it's like a definition, correct? Anshul, it's like a definition. Now, if I'm going to say hello from Pixeltests, I need not change this statement. If you see, this remains unchanged. And this remains unchanged. I'm just changing whatever is there in the variable, and I'm going to run it. And now it says hello from Pixeltests. Okay. So you can hold anything here, like today is Sunday, right? Or anything. I'm going to run it. I can see that it says today is a Sunday, right? So this is what is there in a variable. Now what I'm going to say, instead of giving it double quotes, I'm going to give it a number. Okay. I'm going to give, let's just say 22. I'm going to give it a number 22. And if I'm going to run it, it is still going to print 22, right? So how many of you so what we did here, we have not put a number in a double quote, right? A number need not be in double quotes. Yeah, thank you so much, Anshul. Anshul says now I got it, right? So a number need not be in strings. You can directly give the number and print it with the statement that is there, with the print statements. And here you need not give double quotes also. Rizwan also says yes. So if what happens if you give double quotes for a variable, okay, so I'd like you also to experiment. If you say double quote the greeting also, if you run it, it should actually give 22, but if you run it, it will say greeting, because you made the variable into a string, right? Anything, as I've told you, anything that is within double quotes is going to become a string. So you need not double quote a variable. So I'm going to remove this, and whatever I have in the variable will get printed. Okay. So now I'm going to say 50, and I'm going to run it. You can see that 50 got printed. Okay. So I hope the variable concept is clear here, right? If it is clear, type C in the chat box. Yeah. So Dimbeshwar or Hemant, you unmuted, you have it. Do you have any question or anything that you want to say? Anshul, that's a good question. Anshul asks, thank you so much, Rajendra, for saying clear. Anshul asks, then variables can't be string? Okay, I'll answer that question. If you can see my screen here, variable can hold string, right? So now if I'm going to say, hey, Anshul, this is a string. A variable can hold a string. Okay. Now you see that a variable can hold a number also. Okay. But a variable can't be a string. Like, a variable, you cannot put the variable in a double quote. If you put that, it will become, it will not become, basically Python will think, the program will think that you want to print greeting as a string, not what is there in the greeting, right? So I hope that answers your question, Anshul. Okay, thanks for being so engaged. Yes, thank you. Go
I
ahead.
have a question.
Please.
A number can't be in a string?
Yeah, so numbers and strings are different. I thank you for bringing in the question. Now, there is something called data type. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, let me just say I've written here type, and I'm going to say give greeting in that. So data type means every data is string. Like for example, if in the box, if you put soup, the type of that value, whatever you have put, is a liquid. If you put biscuits, it is solid, right? So the type of it could be different. And string is one type of data, and number is a different type of data. String is called whatever is characters and paragraphs is a string data type, and whatever is a number data type, right? So these are types. So now what I'm going to do is here, let me say try. Now if you see, I have written, you may not remember this. I'm just clarifying one of the doubts. I'm saying type of greeting. Now when I run it, it says int, which means integer. Okay. Now if I say I remove the 99 and say this is a statement. If I run it, now the greeting is going to have a string. Now the type of greeting will change. Now you can see str means it's a string. So Anshul sir, string and integer are two different data types, but a variable such as greeting can hold an integer or a string, which are both different data types. Like a box can hold solids and liquids. Okay. So thanks for the question yet again. So people who are clear with the concept of variable, type C in the chat box. Yeah, thank you, Archana. Meenakshi ma'am, I hope you are on our Zoom session also, where I can clarify your doubt further. Even if not, do not worry, I will reach out and help you, right? So, hey, Chetali, nice to see you here.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, nice to see you. Just Chetali was one of our, she's from Pune, I remember, and one of our first Learn Python for AI batch members. So thank you so much for joining in again, Chetali. Okay, Anshul sir, we'll, as we go forward, I think this will also get clear. Okay. So let me share my screen again. Okay, people, I request to mute if they are unmuted. Yeah. Now we'll move forward and continue. Now we understood a little bit of variables. Now we need to understand more about what can be done using variables. Okay. Great. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear everything. So if you have run the program along with me, take a screenshot of it, and I'm going to create a new variable. Let's name the variable anything. Okay, vary. Okay, you can name it anything. You can even name it yourself. I'm naming it Chachi, okay, or anything. You can name any variable name. Now I'm going to say here we did if it is 22, and if I'm going to print this variable, I'm going to run it. It's going to run 22. It is going to print 22. Now if I'm going to say 22 plus 50, which should be 72, I'm going to run it. So it has given us the output 72. So it's like your calculator only, right? So you can say 22 into 50, and you run it. It has given me the multiplication of it as well. And if I'm going to say 22 into 50 into 30, it's going to run it and still give me that value. Okay, so you can, what I am trying to tell you here is you can do arithmetic or a little math operators. If you remember, we did the plus on strings, right? Similarly, if I'm going to replace multiplication with a plus, so it's going to add all of it and give me the output, right? So a variable can hold even the value that is arithmetic. And when you do such a statement, like if you see on the right side of the equal to, there is something written, and that will get calculated and it will be stored in the variable. Okay, so now when I print variable, it will print whatever will be the end value that gets saved in that particular variable, right? So how many of you are clear that you can do arithmetic using variables, right? If you've understood this, type U in the chat box. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sandeep. Thank you, Rohit. Thank you, Karthik. Anshul says, got it. That's great. Okay. So now, now that we've understood, we've run a little bit of Python programs today, because this is the day one, we would keep it short and we will be joining again tomorrow. So people who have not joined us on our WhatsApp group, you can see that there is a link to the WhatsApp group in the description. You can click there and join us on the WhatsApp group, where we'll be sharing the update for our tomorrow session also. So tomorrow's session also will be at the same time, but we'll be sharing the link to the session. Thank you so much, Rahul. Right. So how is everyone feeling after, especially people who are from a non-coding background, who are able to run some Python program, right? So especially people who are on our Zoom session, if anybody wants to tell which city you are from, you can unmute and speak.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Anshul.
So it was wonderful for me.
Oh, thank you so much, Anshul. Thank you so much.
Actually,
yeah, please. Anshul, please.
Actually, I am doing masters from mathematics and Delhi University. So I was thinking, so I should go for data science, and means coding programs. I want to go for other like London's. So I want to placement. So I go for that.
Yes, that is completely possible, Anshul. So what did you do before your current course that you're doing?
Nothing, sir. But I was on focusing on mathematics, with maths competing. But I don't know about coding. But there was a fear.
Maths. You know math.
I know. Yeah, I know math.
You know statistics, algebra.
Yeah. All this.
So Anshul, you are in a very good shape. Even others also who wants to give time to this particular Python or data science or AI, everybody can do it, because this is a learnable skill, right? If you give it time, you'll definitely get there. And Anshul, because you are in a data, maths background, in Python, we use models which use a little amount of math, right? So if you're able to run a few programs today, you'll enjoy our whole of our 6 days, and probably on the 7th day, where we have our masterclass, where Latika ma'am, talks about what are opportunities, that are there in this particular industry, in the AI space and data science space. She'll be explaining it very detailed in a very clear fashion. And there'll also be an opportunity for you to, if you're serious about, taking this forward, you can even join the course that we at Pixeltest offers. But these particular 6-7 days is absolutely free. I would request you to join every day, because you will take out the fear that you are from a non-coding background or Python is difficult or AI or data science is difficult, right? But thank you for being very interactive throughout the session, and your curiosity definitely shows. Thank you so much, and more power to you.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Devendra sir, please go ahead, sir. Which city you are from, sir?
Sir, I am from Pune.
Pune, great.
Yeah. So basically, I have one question, sir.
Please, what is your background, sir?
Basically, my background is sales and marketing.
Wow.
I have more than 14 years of experience.
Yes,
particular in domain of sales and marketing, right, sir?
100%. My father himself is into sales and marketing, so I really have a very good appreciation for everybody who does sales and marketing, because it's a very rewarding job. But we have to go through being consistent. Being consistency comes from that background. So thank you so much. Yes, sir.
True,
Please.
sir. True. Sir, I have only one question, because I have a more than 14 years of experience.
Yes.
So this is the right time to shift particular the field of data science.
100%, sir. Like because if you joined us from our YouTube channel, you can see that there are testimonials where we have people, Lavanya ma'am and others people who have ages of over 50 plus. We have people who are till 64 also, who are having industry experience of, let's just say, 15 years, and there was some career gap, not just experience in other field. There was a career gap, but after learning, were you able to run a few lines of code today, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So if you are in that shape, if you are able to have an internet or data, or have a system or a mobile device and a curiosity to learn it, that is the enough ingredients, sir. Because I interact with all of the community members at Pixeltest. We have more than 1,000 members in the community. I have seen people's transformation who also had this initial doubt, because this is like, if we have a FAQs, this is the first frequently asked question. I have so and so much of experience, but in a different industry. So will I be able to make a shift? And the answer is always yes. The reason is there is a lot of demand in these upcoming these fields of AI, and you'll be surprised. AI and machine learning is more used in the domain of sales and marketing. I'll tell you how. If at all you look at data, DMart or any big company who's doing CRs of sales every day. Now, if they want to run an offer for this coming Diwali or Raksha Bandhan, they would want insights from the data, right? So people who have experience in sales and experience in data science or data management, they will be able to take insights, and they'll be able to tell this. You will be able to tell with the ability of data science that these are the products that have to be focused, and you'll also be able to tell with your sales experience that this have to be focused for this segment of audience. Maybe for children so and so, for men so and so, for women so and so. And absolutely, like even if there's a tech company like Amazon Big Billion Day, they would require a lot of data crunching and all those things. So Python is the beginning, and you're in a very good shape. There are other backgrounds who can take benefit, because AI is touching every field, sir. And I think sales is major. Marketing and sales is major, because even if you want to see what marketing, where should I spend my marketing budget, you need to do some data science.
Got it, idea, sir. My question is basically that is okay, but when we switching from the current company to like data science companies, right? So the major hurdles, I think, will be the package part, right? Because they will consider us as a fresher, or maybe like less experienced people. I don't know, they will consider this experience or not.
I think I've got your question, and there's a very
because currently I am already 20 plus. So this is a specific question for me, because after suppose getting into this, company will give like a hike particular in the area, or maybe like I have to reduce my salary.
No, I think that's a very big fear. I know people who are in your space, and you are doing it well. So this is a very good, no offense to the company's policies and all, but HRs have a role to play, where what they have to see is get the best talent at the best price, right? Get best team members onboard, best team members at the best price. And one of the reasons that they can identify sometimes is, not all, so a few of them can identify, is if you're from a different background but you have the skill sets, you've got the technical chops and skill sets, but you're from a different background, they can say, sir, you are from a Devendra, you are from a different background, so we'll not be able to offer you the same package because there'll be a lot of training we have to do early days. And seems genuine, and you'll also feel that yes, they are saying it right only because I'm from a non-coding background or a different background, and I have to take a lesser salary. But I'm telling you, this is the negotiation part. Even we teach it in our community also, sir, how to negotiate your salary, especially if you're from a different background, because HRs have the budget. So the budgets come like this. For so and so data science role, any person they onboard, they have a budget for this much. But if you can get at a better budget, that's also fine. So here your negotiation skills comes in. Here your sales skills. We have to market our profile and say, no, I am sure that these are the skill sets. We'll teach more of it in our community on the interview mastery. We have a module which says interview mastery, where we tell people how to negotiate their salaries. Even if you are in a startup, how to negotiate even the equity structure also. Even if you are making a switch, how to get the salary that you desire. But it's more of a thing that we have in mind, sir. But if you proceed forward, you can definitely get it. If you want to experiment, right? I would this is like a healthy practice. What you can do is you can try to on LinkedIn, try to apply for a data science jobs and see when you negotiate, with a few people, you'll be able to understand that they are willing to pay you also. So this is mostly a notion that can easily be, if you have that confidence, you'll definitely get through. I'm 100% sure. And because I'm telling with so much confidence, because our other members are doing it, right? So I have enough data to back this particular statement. So that should not be a problem, sir. If you're able to market yourself well with the correct confidence, I'm 100% sure you'll be able to do it.
Thank you, sir. Any opportunity for startup, particularly in this area?
There are startups have the most amount of opportunities because they're looking at a smaller budget, and they're working on something innovative. Best places to go into the LinkedIn and search for it. But even in our community, we also share a curated list of what startups are looking for, what roles.
No, I'm not asking about the job. Suppose like particularly in this machine learning and AI field, like can we start some startup and we can solve it like industry problems?
We can, but I would still I would still say it's better to get 2 years of, if it is new for you, if you are already experienced, that is different. 2 years of actual corporate learning, corporate working in this data science area, if you want to start up, because there's opportunity, right? You can become a consultant where other companies, let's just say there's another e-commerce company, small startup who are doing, let's just say, 20 lakhs a month business. So they would require somebody who can consult them on, this thing. We can do a startup by starting into service area and then making one product and all. But having some experience in a corporate field, in a new industry particularly, will be more resourceful because you'll know how to, relay all of your work and how to reach out to people and how to actually have processes that will be helpful in running your startup.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think that was really helpful for many of our other members also. Thank you so much. So if there are more questions, you can put it in the comment section. Also, we'll be taking them in our upcoming session. We'll be also taking the session tomorrow. I hope you can join in tomorrow as well. But because it's the first day, we are keeping it on the lighter note. So thank you so much for sharing your results and experiences, sir. Let's go forward. So if at all, Devendra sir, you can just let us know in small 1 minute or 50 seconds. Tell us how was your experience today, because you did not code before and you were able to do it. So how did that feel? How was the result? Can you just let us know that?
Yes, sir. So basically, sir, like I am learning Python. I started learning Python. So like variable and some what is variables and how we can print statements. Little bit I know. So I have started with the Jupyter notebook.
Wow.
Yeah, Anaconda. So it's today's session is very good for beginner who would like to understand like how they can print the one line statement, because in other languages like Java and other, you have to code 3 to 4 line, but in Python just you have to give one line code and you can print. So this
Thank
is the
you.
beauty of Python. So I think today's session is very good, sir. I will join entire 7 days definitely, sir.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you,
you
sir.
so
Thank
much.
you.
Looking forward, sir. And thank you everyone for joining in. Rajendra sir asks, where is the description? Sir, if you're joined from the WhatsApp group, then that is fine. But the description is on our YouTube link. If you've seen our YouTube link, you can see that below there's a description. In that description, you'll find the link to today's notes, and also the link to the group. If you're already, then that's good. So thank you so much. So we'll be doing a 5-minute open technique, and then we'll conclude the session. Thank you so much. The intended session is always going to be 30 to 40 minutes. If there's any Q&A, we'll be taking it for the 10 minutes. So thank you so much, everyone. So I request you to close your eyes for our Ho'oponopono technique. This will be a different variation. People who have done it earlier, they will know the format, but this will be a little different, like how we did in the beginning. Okay, I request you to close your eyes. Relax your breath. Relax your forehead. Relax your eyes. Relax your shoulders. Relax your back. Relax your feet. Put your hand on your heart and repeat the statements after me. I am responsible for myself and my career. I'm really sorry, dear career, for not taking care of you. Please forgive me, dear career, for not taking care of you. Please forgive me, my dear career, for putting so much stress on you. Please forgive me, dear career, for not giving you enough time and practice. Thank you, dear career. In spite of all the situations, you have fulfilled all my needs. Thank you, dear career, for fulfilling all your duties. Thank you so much. I know that I have not told you many times, dear career. I love you, even in your current situation and in any situation. Take a deep breath, rub your hands together, and put that energy to your face. Relax. Okay, so put one word on the chat box. So how did this Ho'oponopono technique made you feel just before 2 minutes and now? Right? Relaxing, calm, peaceful. Rajendra says fresh. Anshul says calm. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Vijay, Prashant. Feeling good, right? So you can even do it on your own. Meenakshi ma'am says awesome. Sunita, thank you for joining in today also. Very peaceful, right? So thanks everyone for have a wonderful rest of the evening. Looking forward to serving and supporting you. You can also join our tomorrow's session. The details will be shared on the WhatsApp group. If you're not on the WhatsApp group, the link to the WhatsApp group is in the description. And towards the day 7, we'll be having our masterclass, which will be taken by Latika ma'am, and she'll be also explaining how there is more scope for AI and how you can also take advantage of it. So it will be more about the industry and where to start, where to go next, right? So even after you learn Python, what to do after you learn Python, right? So all of that is being explained on our day 7. So I hope you'll stick through all throughout. Thank you so much, and have a good one. Oh, okay. Yes.
Everyday class will be held at 6 p.m.
Yes, it will be at 6 p.m. 6 to 6:30, 6:40.
And so what about the after 7 days? How am I able to join this?
So on the 7th day, more details will be shared with you, Anshul. Basically, we have two of our programs, AI Bronze and AI Silver. Latika ma'am will explain those details on the session. So, or you'll also get mails, or you'll also get the details on the WhatsApp group where we have our community. So in that community, you can join the community. There are many ways to join the community, and all that will be said. It will be a paid community. Though this 7 days is free, it will be a paid community, and you can make a decision if you wish to go forward. If you feel like going forward, you can go ahead and join the community also. These 7 days is free. If people who are looking for certificates for 7 days, you'll be certified for the introduction foundational Python. So on the day 6, we'll be sharing you a link. When you fill that link, we'll be able to generate certificates. You'll have to be attending, at least 90% of the sessions, like 5 to 6 sessions. Then you'll also be able to get the certificate for these particular 6 days. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Rahul. Thank you, Rohit. Thank you, Sandeep, joining us from Nagar. A lot of people. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a good one. Thank you so much, Anshul, if I'm able to clear your question. Thank you so much. Okay, bye-bye.